Hello everyone. Today's video has 3 points and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to the top question that writers and authors have when it comes to self-publishing. So the topic we're discussing today is 3 common self-publishing questions. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what those 3 questions are. You're going to have the answers to these specific questions so that you can move forward, and you're going to feel great that you finally don't have to have these questions lingering around in your head any longer. This is Chris Baird from SelfPublishingMadeEasyNow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in the description and grab a copy of my completely free self-publishing checklist to make sure that you are not skipping any of the steps necessary to win at the self-publishing game. So for my own story, when I first got started, I immediately encountered thousands of questions. Every time I learned a new skill, like, oh, I should get a cover ordered. Well, what kind of cover? What should it look like? Who do I order it from? What's a reasonable price? Where should I order it? Do you see how each and every little step of the way when it comes to self-publishing, it triggers more questions. And even once you answer one question, it's followed up quickly by a lot more questions. And this is what I was experiencing when I got started. Maybe you were experiencing something similar. The thing is that I had the book, the products, producing the production, the marketing, sales, customer feedback, the finances behind all, what am I supposed to do with these royalties? And do I need an accountant? Should I set up a company? How do I do this? The logistics behind the books and the publishing, and even hiring freelancers and later permanent employees to help me ensure that this process goes as smooth as possible when it comes to self-publishing my books. The thing is that this is one of the key reasons that I started SP Men, Self-Publishing Made Easy Now. It was to take one step at a time and ignore everything else. So we take not just any question, but the most important question. We break it down and we say, what is the correct answer for this question? Or at least the best guess we have. And then we move forward with that answer until we've done that step. Only then to ask the next question and move on. And this is the key secret that many of the fake gurus out there when it comes to self-publishing will tell you. It's that there's a lot of risk associated with self-publishing. You have a risk of, as I'm going to put in my next step, is getting burnt out or feeling completely overwhelmed with all of your self-publishing efforts. You're using all of this time and money and energy to get your book self-published, but then you find yourself completely flooded in these questions, and it just leaves you feeling in a sense that you are completely stuck and have no idea how are you going to get out of this mess. And that's one of the reasons why I like to focus on just one question at a time. What is the next step you need to do? And then let's look and explore how we can go about doing it. This is something I do with my coaching clients on a regular basis. Break it down into its simplest elements. So the key issue here then is the 3 common self-publishing questions. Let's hear them. Number 1, how good does my book need to be? And this one is a very, very common one that I see come up all the time when it comes to self-publishing. You see that the thing is that you've got your book on the market, but then it's like, but how good does it need to be in order to put it out? Do I need to have it run through 1,000 rounds of editing? But I don't feel like I'm an author or a writer or any of these things. So maybe my book isn't worth it, and maybe people would just laugh at me if I put it onto the market. But these are completely ridiculous. You don't need to worry about it. The answer is your book should be at a level where it's going to get 3 to 5 stars, okay, on Amazon. That is to say, where the average reader who reads it, they're going to say it was okay. It was at least okay, all the way to amazing. But we're getting started. We need to cut ourselves some slack here. Give ourselves a break when it comes to self-publishing. Our books don't have to be perfect when you come out with it. What's going to happen is you're going to improve over time, but you really have difficulty improving if your very first book isn't on the market in the first place. And that's one of the reasons why it's so important just to get the book onto the market. The second question I'm asked a lot is, how much does it cost to self-publish? And the answer is, it depends upon the size of your budget. So if you have tens of thousands of dollars, well, I guess you could do it that way. Or you can do it for free. But if you do it for free, the quality is going to be lower in terms of your editing and your cover and all of these things. Though we discuss some of these methods as well on this channel. But one thing I would say you should not outsource is the book formatting. You should be putting the book together yourself because you're going to want to do a lot of changes. Remember that very first question, which is how good it needs to be? Well, we want to be able to improve upon it and then put it out into the different formats. That's why I use a tool called Juto. You can see my affiliate link below in the description that I use for this one, and I show you in my course, Book Formatting Made Easy, below in the description, exactly how to go about using this tool. And that's why I work one-on-one with people through this course to make sure that you succeed in this. Because when you first get your book out, you're going to want to make changes, but do you want to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars every time you need to make a change? I think it's better to invest in yourself with courses. And some people say, but your courses cost hundreds of dollars, and it is true, but they're worth every penny of it. And the reason is because it will save you thousands of dollars and hours of time if trying to put together the book yourself, as opposed to paying somebody else and then having to do corrections. Whereas you should invest in yourself, so in the long run you don't depend upon anyone, and then when you put your next book out, you can do it for completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. So do yourself a favor, and if you need help with formatting, then get that help. And I take my coaching clients through this process. It's very simple if we break it to one step at a time. And the third question for today, I keep forgetting today's questions, and it's the secret one. It's what can I expect once my book hits the market? And this one is a painful one. So many writers and authors think, well, the point of putting the book on the market is to be read by as many people as possible, that maybe you could even make a full-time living off of your book. But if nobody knows who you are, it's going to take a lot of practice to get there. You're going to have to learn a lot of things about building a brand around yourself and your books. And that's something that so many authors and writers underestimate. So the answer is, for many books that first hit the market, it's just going to be crickets. They're not going to sell any copies. It's painful, but this is the truth. But then we're going to optimize your book. I work with my coaching clients to optimize the books, improving the quality that we have on them. Then after we've gone through the optimization, we're going to run ads against the books, and we're going to start doing content marketing. One of the things I do is offer in my content marketing courses, I go through point by point how we're going to produce the content necessary to drive traffic towards our books as we build a brand name. At the end of the day, our top goal is that when people hear our name, they associate it with our books. These two things are very, very closely associated. We're not building books on lots of subjects. We're building books that are targeting specific niches, specific genres, so that people associate us with that book. And that is the secret answer of the day. But my question for you today is, what is your top self-publishing question? Because I want to be able to answer these questions in future videos. So go ahead and let me know below in the comments, and check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.